Hi, Inspiration with Rejoice. We are back today. I would like to say this is like the beginning or introduction to a new series where I will be having guests. I'm so excited. My first guest today is none other, the baby girl that at the beginning of our degree, first year 2021, this is the one person that we first became friends. Like,
I feel like we started working together, like in that Scream script together. I feel
Yeah.
like that's where we started, like kicking it off.
Oh,
we
wait.
became part of the thing.
Hold on. Ah. Okay, so guys, I'm so excited. Okay, before we get into it, you need to know who this is. This is Precious. Most people know her as Precious on campus, but I love calling her Nox Nokulunga, Precious Mthembu. She's degreed.
Soon, guys.
No, you are already. What you're waiting for is kiddy certificate,
Yes,
right?
that's
But
what I
you
need.
are degreed.
Basically.
This is Precious Nokulunga Mthembu, an actress, majored in screen, sub-majored in stage. Okay, so 2021. I remember the first time you and I spoke. It was in Unit 21. Were we looking for partners or something? And then I walked up to you. Oh, I really don't know. Do you remember?
I remember, like, because I remember you were sitting in front of me, and then Sophia said, guys, pair up with someone.
So this is media presenting?
Yes.
Okay.
I think so.
Because Sophia was media
Yes.
presenting.
So, and then people paired up, and then I remember looking around, and then you were the first person that came to me. You're like, yeah, because before that, prior to that, I was like kind of scared to speak to you.
You did say that.
I didn't know how to like approach you. You see, so like, and then when you approached me, I was like, okay, finally, I'm inside. Like I'm inside.
Yeah.
And then like we started working, and what I loved like in the beginning was that. You wanted to jump into it. Like I feel like that's what kind of worked for us. That the fact that we don't know each other, we didn't like have like gossip to speak about or waste time.
It was work.
We just jump into it, and then we started working, and we started learning our lines. And the next day, you came with your lines, and I knew my lines, and we worked on it. We did it, and it was so good. And we were one of the groups that knew our lines, and we were so
Quicker.
good, literally.
And this was the foundation of us being friends, and I think more than anything, I would have, from the beginning, I labeled what my interaction or my relationship with you rather as sisters than friends. I used to say you're my baby sister, and you used to say I'm your big sister, and that's really where it all began. So now you are here 3 years later.
Yay.
How has the journey been? Like, in a nutshell, how has the journey been for you?
Yo, like I didn't think that like time would fly this much because of how I started. Like I remember just coming into Cape Town for the first time, leaving the nest for the first time, and I was like, yo, what am I going to do? And then I got into the school after, and I was like expecting the most biggest things, but when I arrived, I was like, it's not what I expected, but the people there are dedicated, and you are one of them that I met.
Slay.
But like, what can I say? Like I did kind of like go through like roller coasters a lot, to be honest. And I know as actors we say there's no such thing as small role, but me getting all those small roles just kept making me feel like, okay, when is my time coming? When am I getting a lead? When am I going to be in the spotlight and be admired? Like it felt like every director that I make, they just wanted to put me in
at the back, to be a support
role.
role.
You see, like this, it was a thing of, even if no support role is even better, like it was always a thing that, okay, no, she's there for that minor role, and then it's fine. And even if I have a big role, it's like I'm always going to be cut. It's something that I kept going through, like being cut off, and my scenes being cut off. We'll shoot like a whole day shooting my scenes, and then the edit, I don't know what happens in post-production, and then it's all of a sudden it's like I've been cut all the time, and it kept getting to me as an actor. I'm like, okay, is this
what does this mean?
You see, does it mean that I'm not good enough? Does it mean that as an actor I'm not capable like the rest of the actors?
Oh my gosh.
Because I just felt like I was always like being put in the background, like, and I can say that they kind of take a toll on me when it comes to my acting and my craft.
Your journey.
Doubting myself so much. And also like being separated from not separated, but like being apart with people that I started with, to be honest, because you also started being like really busy with schedule being
because
we have conversations here and there. Yes,
because now the reason why we got apart wasn't because I was cutting her off. it's it was that I then measured in stage and did media presenting. You didn't do media presenting at all, and you measured in screen. So that's where the gap began, because now it's two different schedules. So yeah, you were saying the gap between the people you started with also affected you.
That affected me because like I think those people kind of knew my capability.
Oh.
Because I feel like also that's where some people started knowing me from the scene that we did together first. That's where a lot of people said, oh,
you
you're
have
really
that
good,
potential.
like you see, level.
Yeah.
And you're actually kind of not bad, like see, and then I just felt like
the support is gone.
The MP students don't see me. Like it just felt like I'm not being seen. And some of them I'll be friends with them, but it's like
when it comes to work,
they'll never think of me for a role. Or when you're writing, it's always a thing of they'll message me and say, oh, we're looking for extras, or we're looking for the small character. Maybe that small character has like 1 or 2 lines in their brief.
Sure.
You see, I'm always thought for those characters. And
do you still, sorry to cut you, but do you still feel that way now in the end? I'm assuming that's your journey, maybe like from second year especially, because that's when the majors became a huge thing and our schedules were different. But do you still feel that way towards especially motion picture people, you feeling like they don't see you? Do you still feel like that even this year towards the end of your journey, or it was just a last year thing?
I can say that this year was quite different. I think maybe God
said your time will come.
Like what come. It was like time. A not yet, but not a no. It was a not yet.
I love that.
But what I noticed is that like I just took that one person to believe in me. And I just want to say shout out to Tulu.
Yeah.
Like shout out to her.
Our girl.
Yes. Like she told me when she told me that I was casted for her film. She told me, she was like, I requested for you. Oh, and yes. I when I wrote this character,
she had you in
I had you in
because
mind.
You're in yes.
Like she was like, I had you in mind when I wrote that, and even Amile suggested you, because she said I spoke to Amile last year in December. I was like, which are the black actresses that you can suggest and stuff, because I want to write something and stuff. And then apparently she told me that Amile said that I feel like Precious, they are like really sleeping on her.
Jeez.
If she was to be given a chance, she would like literally
slay.
Blow people's
I
minds.
believe you. I believe that really sounds like Amile, because that's shout out to you, Amile. What's Amile's name? Amile Nkota.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't want to butcher it. But that's really what he also said to me and about me. He was like, yo, Regis, I feel like people are sleeping on you. So it sounds exactly like him, and I believe that he would have said the same thing about you. And I'm sorry that you had to go through that, like feeling like people don't see you, people are not giving you the opportunity. And right now you obviously know that because you're wiser now, but I wish I could have known you were going through that last year. I would have reminded you that these people that don't see you, the MP kids, they're just kids as you are. They don't have any power over you, and you don't need them. I'm so sorry if I'm sounding harsh, but they are students just as you are. Sure. Your future did not depend on their hands. But still, shout out to Tulu who saw you and gave you the opportunity, right? Shout out to that. But I hope now you know that you're just school kids going through your degree. At that moment, it's the only thing happening in your life, and it means so much. And it looks like that's all that your life might depend on in that moment. But now that you're done, that you've crossed over, and you are a grad, I hope you know that that was just a journey, and it wasn't as important as now the opportunities you are supposed to be getting. Right now, it's like the real thing is beginning now. Then it was like whether they see you or not, whether they give you the opportunity or not, the people who were marking you knew your capabilities, and they were marking you based on that, not based on the role that somebody did not give you. I hope you know that. And I get it, even though you know how good you are, sometimes it's really easy for these things to get to you. So I truly understand. I just hope you got the message that I was giving you. You're so flippin' good. And those who know, you know, not everyone's opinion matters. But yeah, I'm glad you came out and you closed as what you've been hoping for, as a lead.
Yes.
And then right after that, you get people walking up to you, offering you opportunities. Obviously, we're not going to jinx your stuff, but like people see you. People who have to see you. So take that with
That
you.
is true. Like it's nice to finally, like, it was hearing people even after them watching my film. They were just like hearing people just like say good stuff about it, and saying that we see you, and even hearing that, I don't know about some people, but even hearing people say, I knew you could act, but I knew you'd act.
Yeah.
And I'm just like yes, like I'm happy that it's like a thing that you guys are seeing me as an evolving actor.
Yeah.
Not like I'm just
You're
like
not
in the same
stagnant.
thing. You see,
there's
like
growth.
You see, like every time you see my performance, you see something like different. You don't see like the same, not the same thing, but like, or you just like because there's some actors you just like, oh,
It's always
so
the
and
same
so
thing.
is good. He's a good actor. That's hands
Yeah.
down. But it's not a thing that you get surprised all the time.
Like
For me, I
this-
love surprising people. I love surprising
And you did
people.
that. You really did that. We've been giving shout outs, but we're not giving the name of this film you were in.
Yes.
Give the people what they want to hear.
Oh, so the name of the film that we're doing was Sofaslahlane. I hopefully, guys, when it's posted online, you guys will get to see it.
Yeah.
That's why you have to subscribe to this channel, please. That's why you have to subscribe.
Thank you for that. But also that's why you also need to get an Instagram, because why the hell is she not on Instagram? How are we going to? You have to be there. Take yourself out there.
Like,
give yourself
imagine
to the
that,
people.
It would be nice if like I'm like, okay, guys, you can find me on Instagram here. Imagine that I don't have
You'll
Instagram.
find the link to Safa Slatlane on my profile. Baby girl, you better do the things that needs to be done.
Yeah,
Stop playing small. But I'm glad that you touched on your experiences, on your progress, on your growth. What else would you say besides just holistically being a student? Holistically, what are some of the lessons you'd say you're taking with you?
There's so many. The one thing I can say that I learned is not to be dependent on people, because at the end of the day, no one owes you anything in this world.
Sure.
Not even your parents.
Sure.
No one owes you anything. Okay. You see, the day you decide to lower your expectations when it comes to people, that's the day you're gonna be fully in peace. Trust me, because I feel like that's where people get hurt a lot of times, because they put they have like these big expectations from people and from friends, from relationships, whatever it is. And it's like you get disappointed if that person doesn't meet your expectations, and then at the end of the day you feel like that person is not a good person, or you're just like, oh yeah, they're not giving me enough. But the thing is, who are you to give that person those expectations? Expect those things, because they don't own you anything. What they're giving you is supposed to be enough for you.
Right. So appreciate what you get at the amount that you're getting it.
And also understand the fact that you are the greatest love of your life at the end of the day. So because you won't need to expect things from people. You won't need to feel like, oh, what Rejoice is giving me right now is not exactly enough. You know, because you have the self-love, you will not need that much from Rejoice. If Rejoice decides to give me 100%, then it's up to Rejoice as a person. But I have my 100% love to myself from myself. You see, I feel like those are one of the things that were key, and even the recent thing that I'm going through right now that you know about. And it told me a lot about that. It's like, she doesn't owe me anything in the day. But the thing is that I had a lot of expectations.
You put it all on this basket.
Literally.
So we changed the venue. It was getting quite noisy down there. But anyway, this is the reality of it. I just want to get to what inspires you. Where do you drive? Where do you get your inspiration from? Who? What?
You would mean in terms of my craft or life
in
general?
Life in general.
Ooh,
because seeing that you had the strength to overcome those self-doubts as a person, you know.
I can say a lot of like self-work, and first of all, before I mention self-work, God, I can say God, guys, God. Because for me, I can say yes, I used to pray, I used to here and there and like, but I felt like the times I would pray like because I need something, or I'm going through something, like, God, I need you right now. But then again, the thing is, I just started wanting to, I felt the need that I need to have a solid relationship with God.
I was feeling it in my head that you're going there. Like I kept saying in my head, a relationship with God, a personal relationship with God. Yeah.
Literally, you see how we coexist.
You're right.
But like it was like that. Like I was like, I need to have some solid relationship with God, and it's like I also need to pray during my good seasons, not just during my bad
when
seasons.
you want something.
You see, and I can say that also like the fact that now I'm starting to be able to tell the difference between the enemy's voice and God's voice.
That's deep.
Like it's so. I know some people might think this how, but
exactly how.
how?
Tell my people.
Like how? But it's like because what I've like noticed when I've learned, not just by reading the Bible, but or just by praying, but also hearing people talk about God, is that the enemy is the author of confusion.
Yeah.
And the enemy can use your own voice to make you think that it's your own thoughts.
Yeah.
When you think of something, you're like, hey, today I want to go and look for a job, scout for a job. Maybe I should just go up to this company and give them my CV. The enemy will literally use your own voice and make you think that's your own thoughts. So you will end up not doing that thing.
Yeah, self-doubt.
Literally. And we know for a fact that God does not give us self-doubt.
Oh my gosh.
Whatever.
His plans are to prosper us.
Literally. He gives us bravery. You see, the minute it feels so feels uncomfortable.
Yeah, uncomfortable.
That's when you should jump. You see, the minute it feels uncomfortable. That's when you should jump. When it feels comfortable and you're just like, no, yeah, this is my comfort zone. This works for me.
So when it feels comfortable, you need to jump. Or are you saying when it feels uncomfortable?
When it feels uncomfortable and you feel like, oh my gosh, I'm scared to do this. This is a risk.
Yeah.
Do it.
Do it because that's the devil whispering in your ear.
Because also God is also giving you the strength. The fact that you were thinking about
doing it in the first place.
God was giving you that sign that rejoice. You need to jump. You can do this. You need to jump. But the minute you feel like, oh my gosh, this is comfortable. This is what I need to do. Like for example, let's say Rejoice, you are a YouTuber and you usually you usually use like maybe for example your room. You stole your room.
Yeah.
And you're comfortable with that. You see. And you think you're comfortable with that. It's so comfortable for you. It works for you. You don't need to actually work harder and get money to get like cameras and see and stuff. But the fact that you have those thoughts that you want to get a studio and stuff, and the enemy comes in your head like, no, Rejoice,
you're fine here.
And it speaks in your voice and it's like, oh no, Rejoice, you're good here. Where are you gonna get the money? Now you have to go out and get another job over the job that you have right now. And you start overthinking all the things. You're like, yeah, would I have time? But I don't think I would have time though. Like, yeah, I know.
And that's the devil.
And you end up convincing yourself because it used your own voice. But whereas if you listen from your instinct from the beginning and if you felt uncomfortable, you should actually, because everything we do in life is we do it for the first time.
Yeah.
Even walking, even going to school. How do you know?
This girl is spitting.
Rejoice. Yeah, but that's what I've learned. It's everything we do it for the first time. You never know how it goes unless you try it. So for me it's like a thing of I can't not do something because I'm like it's a risk unless if it's like
we have to take risks. What's life without taking a risk?
You see, because I had like a conversation with Gerard the other day, like our screen lecturer. I told him that my plans is not to just end up as a South African actress, but I want to also move abroad.
Yes, you've said that since
so
first
you
year.
see, and then he was like, you have nothing to lose. What do you have to lose? Go for it. And he named all the artists that he knows that have moved that side, that are South African,
that are doing it,
and are doing wow.
You can do it. The fact that you're still dreaming about it even today, 3 years later, you're gonna do it.
For sure.
Especially with the spirit that you have, there's nothing that's gonna hold you back. And also, what you said reminded me of the challenges we have. It reminded me of something that I read from these quotes, motivational quotes that said, God will not plant anything in your heart that you won't be able to do because he will give you the strength to do it. So if you doubt that intuition of I want to do something, it's you simultaneously doubting God's ability to help you overcome that thing. Because why would you have a thought like that? It's God.
What? Jesus.
Jesus. I just want to check that I really can't see.
So
okay, no, we still have time. So who is Precious? Like who is Nokulunga? Who's Knox? Uphumaphi umntana kabani sisi?
Oh, I love it when she speaks Zulu. Yo guys, Unokulunga Precious Mthembu.
Yay!
umkhize ukhabazelo kamavuvu kayihlandle kokugcwaba ukugele ungenesi. Guys, yo, I've come a long way.
Sure. You made me feel like I don't know myself.
Like
You've come a long way. Tell us.
Okay. I can say that basically I'm from KZN, and I can say that
KZN sis.
So basically in KZN, Kilcrest.
Okay.
That's where we're currently living, but home is like Gwangbodos.
Okay, that's where you grew up.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I can say basically with my family and our family journey, like it's that we started off like, I can say we're like literally living the luxury life. And it was really like, I didn't feel like I needed anything because I went to the best schools, private schools and stuff. And I can say that after the, like my parents' separation, it just like,
life changed.
Like it had to be a thing that we had to go back to Eslalini, like the farms. Not farm, but the townships basically. Gwangolosi, and then we had to live with relatives. And you know how relatives are. They know how to make you feel like
you don't belong.
You see.
We are helping.
Literally. Sure. And also you can't just wake up and do anything you like. And this is not home, you see. And for the longest time I just felt so out of place. And also the fact that to be honest, my Zulu was not good. And was not good at all, like because I feel like also the fact that I started at private schools and stuff, so my Zulu was not like up
so you were like a coconut,
like basically in a way. And then like, so I felt that when I went to Gwangolosi, they made me feel like
you don't belong,
like an interloper basically, like I'm not supposed to be there. And it just made me feel like I want to learn this, even like I didn't know how to do the Zulu dance before. And it was a joke.
I would have never guessed. Because you know your language and you take so much pride in it now. But yeah,
rejoice. Like I know, like because I feel like arriving here in Cape Town, it makes me feel powerful. No one here, I feel like it's so diverse. It's like no one is like Rejoice, like you don't sound like the Tswana that I hear on TV. Or no one is like that. It's like Rejoice is Tswana and she's proud to be Tswana. And the way she speaks is the way she speaks, and someone could learn from her if they want to learn Tswana.
There's a level of being accepted and accepting others here,
and you're respected for that. Whereas at home it was not like that. It was like,
you're not Xhosa enough, you're not Zulu enough, you're not this enough.
All those things, you see. So for the longest time I just felt like an outcast for the longest time. And then like until like my mom just like, I feel like I also shout out to my mom. Like she made so many sacrifices, and she made sure that she kept me in those private schools, because imagine if I went from private school to a black school, it would be a huge like turnover for me. But the one thing that I can say that is that the fact that she worked hard to get us a house in Hillcrest, for me I can say shout out to my mom as like a single mother. Like for her to do that, I feel like she can do that. I don't know. And I feel like that's why I'm not one of those girls, I'm not saying I'm judging them, but I'm not one of those girls that are able to depend on a man. I do not know how to ask
a man for something, because your mom alone provided.
It's like hard for me to ever see myself asking a man and say, oh yeah, can you buy me this, can you give me this? It's so hard for me to do that.
Please.
It's so hard.
I can just imagine how your mom would be proud to hear you say these things, because as a mom myself, I know my kids are still so young. So I don't even know what I'm expecting from them, but I know the parents that I've seen, like our parents, the generation of our parents, older parents, would take so much pride in hearing their kids say such things, becoming their own person and be so independent. And like we tshwere sentle man, English ya docha. Did you get what I just said? Yes. We tshwere sentle, and there's no parent who wouldn't be proud to see the end result of the precious that you are now. And there we have it, family, our very first interaction interview. Shout out to you, Precious. Thank you so much for your time. Thank you for opening up, and I feel like we could have extended the time if we had, because unfortunately we had to cut it there due to time, but I know there will be a part 2. I'm looking forward to it. I hope you are as well at the end of this video, on the other side of this video. Man, let me know in the comments box below. Let me know if you're enjoying this kind of content, if I should continue doing it, because I really think I know I love talking to people, hearing people's stories, share what we can, because others, like the viewers, would also be able to interact with people, learn a thing or two. And that's really what Inspiration with Rejoice is all about. Now, this is not a goodbye. It never is from me. We try to rejoice. See you later.